Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. It's like it. Can you speak in the mic real quick? Let me see how you sound. Yeah, let me see how you sound there.
Testing, 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 testing.
Oh yeah, that's fire. Okay, fire. All right. Huh? Yeah, yeah, kind.
Oh, that's how y'all doing it now. We ain't never did it like this. I like that. Nah, that's cool right there. I like that. That's cool right there. I like that.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. We about to get started right now. Hey, Shalom, Adawan, what's going on? Expector? Like you're expecting something? Yeah, you're welcome. All right. We can get this started right now, actually. Let me get this going. All right, Shalom Israel, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barak the Thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shema the Thumb Hashem Yahushua to the sisters. This is law class, Wednesday law class. Today we're going to be getting into the title is the days of Noah, as the days of Noah. So I got a couple of articles I want to go through as far as like current events, things that's been going on. What we got first? First thing you got is like what is it? Oh, Russia, Ukraine. Is it Ukraine or Ukraine? Ukraine? Okay, don't tell me that again, okay? Just do what you gotta do 100%, all right? All right, thank you. Okay, so you got Russia, you know what I mean, starting the war off. You know what I mean? You have what else? What is it? I've seen that there was a new variant that dropped too. It says new variant, COVID-19 variant. It's called Stealth BA2. Stealth BA2. I don't know. But it's, you know what I mean? We got another variant dropping. You got what else? What else? You have it's still chaos going on for, you know what I mean, God's chosen people. You know what I mean? All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you know what I mean? You still got chaos going on with us, you know what I mean, still being brutalized, still being murdered, you know what I mean, still no justice for the brutality that we receive from our oppressors. You know what I mean? I looked into this article, and it was it might be old, or I don't think it was old. It was just going through the situation might have been something that happened before, and they're barely getting to the investigation of it, but or it might be new. But I was just looking into it, and it was a story about a sister who was in prison for theft. Well, she got locked up for theft. She was in jail for theft, right? She's locked up in a highly populated, you know what I mean, Caucasian area, jail cell, right? Prison or jail, whatever, wherever she was in. But she so how, as the story goes is that she had got into it with a couple of the inmates, the white lady inmates, and she was under suspicion that she was poisoned by them. You know what I mean? That somebody put something in her food or something like that. So she, as she's in her holding cell, she's like she's like severely ill. She's throwing up blood. She's consistently keeps throwing up, keeps throwing up, keeps throwing up in her sleep, waking up. She's you know what I mean, defecating herself. She got so bad to the point where she was just walking around like naked. You know what I mean? On the floor, just rolling around. So she's calling the guards on the phone and she's letting them know, like, I'm sick. I'm sick. I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. So the guards, they, you know how they do, taking their sweet time. They're just like, okay, but what's wrong with you? All right, well, just hold still. I'm gonna let my what does he call it? Chief know or something like that. And they just taking their sweet time. 15, it had to been at least about 2 hours that passed by, and she got so bad to the point where the inmates that were locked up with her were calling for her. You know what I mean? Saying that she needs to go to the hospital. Something's wrong with her. After the dozens and dozens of times she's called talking about she needs help. You know what I mean? Now she's calling. Now the inmates are calling for her to let them know, like, you know what I mean? She needs help. She needs to go to the doctor. She needs to go. She needs to see a doctor. So they put her into one cell where she's by herself and she's not with the inmates. She's still like weak, throwing up, and she's still pretty much naked. They put her in a cell and then they put her into another cell. So mind you, all these hours are passing by with her still suffering, you know what I mean, still pretty much dying. So they put her into another cell and she's consistently complaining, saying, I need help. I need to go to the hospital. I need help. I need to go to the hospital. It gets to the point where the guards are pretty much ignoring her now. They're just like, well, we're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna find out what we can do. We're gonna try to get you your help. It gets to the point where she passes out and falls and hits her head on one of the bunks, right? Then they come in. You know what I'm saying? Then they come in the cell and it's this Caucasian lady. She's you can hear the conversation she's having with the sister, and she's just letting her know, like, well, you're not really we're not taking you serious because you're doing too much. Like, you're doing all this crying and you're just keep calling us, like, we think that you're faking it, right? So this is hours that's passed by, right? And they're just like, well, we think they're faking it. We don't think that you're serious about what's really going on with you. So she's just letting them know, I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. And she's just moaning and she's crying. What? Okay, well, you're gonna have to figure it out, my brother. Figure it out. Try your hardest. So she's moaning, she's crying, and it gets to a point where they're just like, you know what I mean, we're not taking her serious. So they leave her in there for even longer. Now, mind you, the time that's passing until the time period where they actually call for help, you know what I mean, is about, I think they said about 15 hours. So she suffered for that long. You know what I mean, having ingested some type of chemical or something like that. You know what I mean? So when they actually call the paramedics to come and get her, you know what I mean, she's pretty much unresponsive. She's barely breathing. You know what I mean? One of the nurses said that she was so bad that she didn't have any, like she was like dehydrated and her urine was dark red. You know what I'm saying? So she suffered for hours. You know what I mean? She suffered for hours. And then, you know what I mean, by the time the paramedics got her, she died like 2 hours within that time period. You know what I mean? So it was already too late. So you think about these things that are happening to, you know what I mean, God's people, like, and you see these things that of hey, Shalom, I don't know what's going on, sir. But you see these things that are happening to us, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I bring this up because, you know what I mean, let's get into it. So let's go to we can start with Noah. But I bring these things up because we're not focusing on what's happening at hand. You know what I'm saying? The Bible has not been wrong whatsoever off of any prophecy that's happened. You know what I'm saying? After any prophecy that they mentioned. The Bible has not been inaccurate at all. You know what I'm saying? Everything that the Bible speaks of has happened or is going to happen. You know what I mean? Now, there is a time period where it was prophesied that something was going to happen. The warning was laid out there, and people just didn't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? Somewhat what we got going on to this day. You know what I mean? Our people, we're so wrapped up in just nonsense and like stupidity that we don't even take in that we are literally dealing with a time period that is prophesied as the end of days. And what comes after it is not nothing special. You know what I'm saying? It's something that is going to not that it's not something special. It's not something that is going to be all bunnies and rainbows and butterflies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's going to be war. It's going to be death, and it's going to be mourning. You know what I'm saying? So our people need to prepare ourselves, and we need to stop being distracted and jump into really following the Most High wholeheartedly, because His prophecies, we're gonna go through them. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna go through them, and we're gonna see all the things that we're mentioning right now is already mentioned within the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And this is the beginning of sorrows. This is the beginning of the end of days. You know what I'm saying? And pretty soon they get to that time period where, you know what I mean, the wait is over. You know what I mean? The wait is over, the sky will be cracked, and Christ will be here causing chaos to all wickedness. You know what I'm saying? To all wicked, to all the oppressors who oppressed us, to all the people who sat there and wanted to ignore how to live righteous and wanted to move how the heathens do, live how the wicked do. You know what I'm saying? That time period is right. That the time period of not being distracted is right now. So let's get into it. You know what I mean? Let's get into what was going on during the time period of Noah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? The comparison between the two is like, you know what I mean? They didn't listen either. You know what I mean? Those people were living in complete wickedness, and they didn't give a damn either. They were comfortable in their sin. They were living lives that had absolutely nothing to do with the Most High. Keep it going, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't take caution to how terrible a power the Most High could be to those who, you know what I mean, live unrighteously. So let's get into it. Let me get the book of Genesis, chapter 6 and verse 1. And we're gonna read 1 through 10. Count.
The book of Genesis, chapter 6 and verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. Verse 3, and the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown.
So like it. You got a question, sis? Um, on Valentine's Day? I mean, her passing on Valentine's Day doesn't mean anything. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. But she was 103. Nah, that was she lived a long, full life, especially within this. You know what I mean? What do you mean? Okay, so her what her dad was believing? Okay, so your dad's mom and and his dad is Belizean. Oh, okay. Um, that's a full life. I mean, for us that are living right now, but we were living at a longer time period back then. You know what I mean? Like you got you got some brothers lived up to like 900 years and stuff like that. I think that the short time of us living like 100 years living is a good thing here right now because you got brothers not making it to 14. You got brothers not making it to 23. You know what I mean? So she lived a full life. You know what I mean? 103 is definitely a full life for right now. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that, but you know what I mean, she'll rise again. I mean, she'll rise again, and then and you live righteously. You know what I mean? You'll put her in a position where when she rises up, she'll be, you know what I mean, in a very very high royal position. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
just continue to, you know what I mean, carry that legacy. You know what I mean? Live righteously for her, and you know what I mean, because when she passed, she probably didn't know that she was God's chosen, right? She didn't like what? Oh, piercings. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So right. A lot of us right now are passing not even knowing we're God's chosen people, not even knowing that, you know what I mean, we're under a curse because we decided not to follow the most high, you know what I mean? So she'll rise again, you know what I mean, and carry that legacy to make sure that, you know what I mean, when we do get to our kingdom, we're in a position of power, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But but yeah, so going to what we were just reading, we were in we were in we were going through the days of Noah, and it's saying, like, you know what I mean, there was people who were in high places. There were people who were, you know what I mean, pretty much what we see today. Presidents, celebrities. You see, you know what I mean, some Christians will take it as actual giants, like fallen angels coming and sleeping with women, and they having giants, like, you know what I mean, like it's a bunch of, you know what I mean? But what the Bible's really actually speaking about is like people in high places, you know what I'm saying? So what we got today, we got presidents, we got what do you call them again? Like Putin. What do you call them again? Starts with a C. This goddamn word. People that are just ruling, there's just one ruler. I I ain't got it right now. But you know what I mean? You got kings, queens, you got people in high places. Those are giants, you know what I'm saying? So the same way that we got those people today, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Shalom, sis, what's going on? But yeah, so all these things, all these things are going on during the time period, and now we about to get into how wicked the people were living at that time period. But go ahead.
Come. Verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of men was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Right. So we was doing exactly what we do today. You know what I mean, we killing our brothers, you know what I'm saying? We got brothers prefer heathen women over, you know what I mean, our sisters out here, you know what I'm saying? Our sisters out here destroyed, can't keep a man, you know what I mean, want to be as violent and as manly as they can be, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean, same thing within those days, you know what I'm saying? People were living wickedly, you know what I mean? Just as well as we live wickedly today. And we are comfortable within our wickedness as well as they were comfortable in their wickedness. Now,
Right.
were they prepared for what was to come? Hell no. I mean, they weren't prepared for what was going to come. They just knew that they were living wickedly and they liked it. You know what I mean? They knew that they was going to sit there and, you know what I mean, what examples can I use that we do today? I mean, sell drugs to our people. You know what I'm saying? They knew that they were going to do drugs. You know what I mean? They knew that they were going to just, like, you know what I mean, molest these children. They knew that they were going to do all these particular things that are wicked unto the most high. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they were comfortable in it. They didn't care that the time of of the end was coming. They didn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? And so now it's getting to a point where the Lord is about to start judgment, but he's prepping first before he does it, and he's going to find this man who's living righteously. You know what I mean? One out of many, probably. You know what I mean? One out of all of them, who was living actually accordingly that the Most High established us to live on this earth. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was just a man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with the Most High. And Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. And the Lord looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah,
Hold on, you good, you good. That's verse 12 right there. You good on that one. Okay. So, you know what I mean? The Most High is going to destroy this earth, is going to destroy because of the corruption that was on the earth at that time period. You know what I mean? You had majority of the men, like, you know what I mean, when it was talking about the sons of God, you know what I mean, laying hold of the women of men, or some, it's like, yeah, it's up here, but the women of men, that's like men, that's like God's people being with heathens today. You know what I'm saying? Sitting over there messing with unlawful women. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. Like, we were living very wickedly, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't pleasing to the Most High. It wasn't pleasing at all. And it got to a point where it's just like, you know what I mean? It said that the Lord repented, just meaning that he was changing his mind. Like, I really don't want nothing to do with this creation. Like, you know what I'm saying? I created these people, but they just are not following what I want them, the way that I want them to live. You know what I'm saying?
so do Christians or like people outside of the street kind of try to use this as a way of saying that like the Most High ain't perfect because he repented?
No, nah, heck no. I hope not. I hope not. Because that's not an example of him not being perfect. That's an example of us just not wanting to listen. You know what I mean? If the Lord wanted to, he can make us just robotic. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, like we do everything that he wants us to do in every movement. But that's not the way that he made us. He made us to liken unto himself. You know what I'm saying? So not that we have a choice, but we choose to do the wrong thing. We don't have a choice to do the wrong thing because it's either we do the right thing or we die, period. So that's not really a choice. But we always choose to do the wrong thing because we always dwell into things that are interesting to us in the flesh, right? But so that was the reason of why the earth was being destroyed at that time period. Now, what happens? The Lord floods the earth. The Lord floods the earth. People get caught off guard, and people regret the lifestyle that they lived while they was living wickedly while they was on this earth. Now we go to us today. The Lord is in full on, like, he's going step to step. You know what I mean? Going step to step in full form of getting to the point where he is going to destroy all of these nations. He's going to replenish the earth once again. You know what I'm saying? Not through water this time. Now we getting replenished through fire. You know what I'm saying? Now you see the war starting. Now you see the bombing starting to happen. You seeing the missiles starting to drop. You seeing the gunshots starting to go. know what I'm saying? Pretty soon you're going to be seeing the civil wars, nation against nation. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things are going to come to pass. Now we can either take it in as our oppressors are going to make it better eventually, or we can take it as, all right, we need to start doing the right thing right now before Christ gets here. Because once that sky cracks, you don't get another time. Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ, what's going on? You don't get it. You don't get another chance. You don't get another time where you can make it right again. You know what I'm saying? You don't get that thought in your head like, okay, all right, he here now, so I'm just going. You know what I mean? I'm gonna straighten up a little bit. Let me sober up a little bit, and you know what I mean, and get it right. You good, sis? But, you know what I mean? Like you don't get that chance again. Once it happens, it happens. And then not just that, the Lord gonna catch you super off guard. You're not gonna see when it happens. Now you get the signs. Christ gave you the warnings. You know what I mean? We're gonna get into those right now. Matter of fact, let's get to Matthew's chapter 24. You know what I'm saying? Christ is gonna give you the signs of what is to come. 24 and verse 3. Christ gives you the signs of what's to come. Now it's up for you. What? God, Matthew's 24 and chapter 24 and verse 3. Christ is going to give you the signs of what's to come, and you're going to see all those signs are what's coming to pass as we speak right now. All those things that we got into in the beginning of class, you know what I mean? Those are signs or examples of the things that Christ is speaking about. You know what I'm saying? This war that's starting. You know what I mean? This World War III coming. You know what I'm saying? This ain't not about to be this not China been waiting. China been waiting, Russia been waiting. They ready to get down. And I really think this is from my perspective. I really think whatever that little what is that little Super Saiyan imitation sun thing that they got? It's a fake sun that they built, and it's supposed to burn 6 times hotter than the actual real sun. You know what I mean? Huh? Oh, they already got it. They already got like little examples of it online on YouTube. And you can see like it looks like an actual sun that's rising, but it's like a ball of, I don't know what it is. It's a ball of something. But it's supposed to burn hot. It's 6 times hotter than the sun. So it's like it's a fake sun. You know what I'm saying? And that and in the Bible, you know what I mean, the Most High is making these things happen for when the day comes. I think that got something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Because people are going to burn. You know what I'm saying? People are going to burn. Let's get into it. Matthew's 24 and verse 3.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Okay, so these are the disciples asking Christ, how are we going to know when the end of the world is coming? You know what I mean? Like what signs are going to show that so we know that it's happening. And so what does Christ say?
And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Hey, Shalom, sis, what's going on?
See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Okay, so you got people who are coming in Christ's name, just pretty much like, you know what I mean, Christian church, you know what I mean, Catholic church, fake Israelites. Everybody's coming, spreading these false doctrines of Christ, saying that, you know what I mean, this is the true Christ. This is the true Christ. And it's not. You know what I mean? And then you got rumors of wars. You know what I mean? We already got rumors of wars and wars starting now. You know what I'm saying? Rumors of wars happened a while ago. You know what I mean? We're in the war right now. You done? With 4? Okay, cool. Keep her occupied for me. Okay, so you know what I mean? You got all these things happening. And And these are two examples that are already came to play already. You know what I mean? Rumors of wars. You got people coming in Christ's name, taking about Christ this and Christ that. People jumping and hollering and screaming on the podiums, talking about, oh yeah, Christ is telling me to tell you this, and Christ is and God's telling me to tell you that. Like all these different things. You know what I mean? But God said, don't be fooled by these people. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Uh, For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places.
Right. So it's gonna be what do you say? For nations shall rise against nations. You know what I mean? Kingdom against kingdom. That's war that we're stepping into. You know what I mean? Kingdom rising against kingdom. United States versus Russia. Russia teaming with China. China, Iran, all them going against the United States, the United Kingdoms, and you know what I mean? Everybody's about to get to work in a minute. Yeah. It's about to be a full-on fight in a second. Right. You know what I mean? And Russia started it off for us. You know what I'm saying? He getting it jumping already. But go ahead. Oh yeah, so Salakia. And it says there shall be famines. You know what I mean? You see that in the grocery stores. We running out of meat as we speak. You know what I mean? They're trying to make some artificial meat for us now. Yeah, they want us to eat artificial meat so that you know what I mean we can. Didn't they say they was done serving chicken strips or something like that? Like you couldn't get chicken strips. That didn't happen, but that was a rumor that was supposed to happen. But you know what I mean, even when you see like, you know what I mean, what happened when the coronavirus first dropped, you know what I mean, the food stores were empty. So it doesn't take that long for a famine to appear. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't even get a cup of noodle. You got something to say?
Yeah, because when you said that the store was like empty, but people not having food, they should have already had it. And then I had went in when I had pandemic hit, and then I was confused because the whole medicine shelf was full, and they wasn't thinking about medication.
Yeah, yeah.
While they worried about toiletries, toilet paper,
right? Yeah, because
just blew my mind because that's something you should already have.
Right.
And you may not have essentials for your kids, like if they get sick, like a Theraflu or, you know.
Hey, what's going on, bro? Masha Pa stepped up here. Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ, what's going on, man? Hey, but but look at that's a fact too. That just shows what could happen during a time period where we're in a complete panic. We don't know what the hell to do. Like we went straight for the toilet tissue. Yeah, I'm good.
Some people did, and that
right.
was not mine.
Right. We went
the whole
exactly.
Medication was full, but they was out here getting toilet paper centuries that they should have already had.
Right. Exactly. So you see, like not just a famine, but exactly.
And then listen, I live in Adelanto, and then there was truckers out there, white folks, trying to protect because they don't want to get a.
Oh yeah, they store. Yeah. No, people was going crazy. I was working in the stores at that time period. It was lines that looked like, you know what I mean, a Drake concert. You know what I mean, like just all the way around the corner, just everybody waiting to get in in the morning. No. It was a panic, right? So. Right. Right. So. Yeah. So. Hey, Shalom, what's going on? All right, Shalom, what's going on? Nah, but okay, Khan, Shalom, the water for tuning in. Yeah, but it was a full-on panic. You know what I mean? The stores, all the food and everything was gone, and people were losing their damn minds. You know what I mean? And it just shows you as soon as everything a balance starts to tilt just a little bit, it shows you that people are really not in control as they make it seem. You know what I'm saying? Right, or prepared. But so where do we leave off at? Oh yeah, earthquakes in diverse places. Like you see a lot of natural disasters happening at this moment. You know what I mean? Earthquakes, volcanoes, a whole bunch of stuff going on. You know what I mean? Hurricanes, tornadoes in diverse places. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of stuff is happening. You know what I mean? They was talking about tsunami was supposed to be hitting California or something like that. Like, and it's like all these things. Russia just invaded. Yeah, Russia just invaded. You know what I mean? And I've seen a couple of videos of like, you know what I mean, missiles hitting public places, public cities, like just innocent people. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's what war is. You know what I mean? Shalom, sis, what's going on? But that's what's going to happen, and it's supposed to happen. That's for us to take heed of what exactly is happening today, and that we are really living in the book right now. We are living within these scriptures as we speak. But go ahead, Ramon. I think you're on verse 8.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 9. Yeah, verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted.
Salaki, let me get that you can go ahead and stop right there. So this is the beginning of sorrow. So this is what's happening in the beginning. We're living in the beginning of sorrows right now. These things are happening today. And I mean, as bad as this earth has been, it might have started a long time ago. You know what I mean? So that's the signs of when Christ will return. And so let's get Matthew's 24 and 21. Matthew's 24 and 21.
The book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
So real quick, you know what I mean? When you look at this time period right now, with this whole coronavirus thing, people having to wear a mask everywhere they go, people they battling with each other about the vaccine mandate and everything like that. You know what I mean? You seen our oppressors go against themselves when they attack the Capitol. You know what I'm saying? During like all this chaos that you're seeing happening at one time, this has only been a year and a half, 2-year time span with all these things happening. You know what I mean? That is a time of trouble. You know what I mean? And it seems like because we got so used to the internet, this type of stuff is just like, it's like a movie to us. It's like natural. Like, it's okay. It's just things that are happening that's entertaining right now. But if you really look at it, you know what I mean, at a perspective, if we didn't have the internet, if we weren't used to just seeing chaos back to back to back to back, we would be panicking right now. You know what I mean? We'd be like, oh shoot, like it's really bad out here. You know what I mean? It's really, really bad out here. The internet and television has made us numb to all of these disastrous things happening back to back to back. It's made us numb to it. So we don't take it as a sign of, okay, maybe we need to start being worried about something, because our oppressors invented something that get us used to all the troubles that are happening right now. We're used to seeing a bunch of chaos and people acting the fool and stuff like that. That stuff is it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We like to watch that on, you know what I mean, VH1 or BET or something like that. You know what I'm saying? We used to that type of stuff. So it's not something that phases us. It's just something that's just happening at the moment. I mean, all these people dying, all these people getting judgment from drug use and overdoses and fentanyl overdose and all this stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is just like entertainment for us. But really, you know what I mean? Really, this is the signs of the time. You know what I'm saying? It's really signs of the time. And it's for us to take heed to what exactly is happening. Come on now. Like, what the hell is that variant called again? Stealth BA2? Like, what the hell? They didn't even run out of names. That's how many variants is dropping. They running out of cool names for it. They just calling it whatever now. You know what I mean? They might as well just call it the never ending story, because it's not ever going to go anywhere. Not until Christ returns. You know what I'm saying? But we're really living through the end of times right now, and we need to take heed to everything that's going on. But Mike, if you could just continue with that one, I don't think we're gonna go up to verse 24. No. We're gonna go up to verse 24. I think you were at 20. Yeah, middle of 22.
And except those days shall be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive, they were elect. If it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
All right. That was in the 24. Okay, come the water. All right. So yeah, so it's gonna be people that are going to come out the blue acting like as if they're the true Messiah. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to save us from this situation that we're dealing with today. And it's not gonna happen. The Lord said, do not be fooled. You know what I'm saying? Because these people are lying to you. They're not gonna save you. They're not the true Christ, and they don't have a solution to this time of trouble. You know what I mean? If the Lord puts his foot on something, you better just sit back and enjoy the ride, because there's nothing you can do to stop it. You can come up with as many different shots as you want to, as many different vaccines as you want to, and nothing is going to end this time of trouble. You know what I mean? We on variant number 56 or 79 right now. You know what I'm saying? And they just gonna keep on going. Not to mention our oppressors are, you know what I mean, stubborn. So they don't want the mask. They don't want to live cautiously. They want to live freely because it's in their blood to want to live rebelliously. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to be able to stop that rebellion unless they want a civil war, which they'll get. You know what I'm saying? So all these things are happening. Yeah, come on. You know what I'm saying? The never ending story, for real. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's going on. That's what we're going to have to deal with. We're going to keep on dealing with this trouble until our people wake the hell up. You know what I mean? Our people wake the hell up, and you know what I mean? Yeah, that's right, Swap. Our people wake the hell up, and we get to work. You know what I'm saying? We get to work on saving our people. You know what I'm saying? The Christian church has already exposed itself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Spitting in people's faces and on all the hooping and hollering and all that stuff like that. They've been exposing themselves for decades now. You know what I'm saying? Now it's up for us to be that example of Christ's true army, Christ's true body. You know what I'm saying? And it's and all these things that are happening right now, you know what I mean? Like it's in the book. You know what I mean? The Lord does not skip a beat. Every prophecy that has been in this book has came true. You know what I mean? And every prophecy that's written to come is going to come. But where we at? We on 25. All right, let's go. Let's read I think it's 34. Verse 34. Yeah, same chapter. We're gonna stay in the same chapter. We're gonna stick with what Christ is saying as far as the end time, what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So let's read 34 and we're gonna go all the way to verse 39.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 34. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Exactly, because we're going to get caught off guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? Let me go back. Hold on, Salakia. But he's saying all these things won't happen until all of these things are fulfilled. Now, we are pretty damn close. You know what I'm saying? We are pretty. I mean, you make a checklist out of everything he's saying right now. We are pretty damn close. So it's just like, why waste any more time? Why keep worrying about, oh, well, their doctrine is multiple wives, so I can't get with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stick with these people who obviously don't know what the hell they talking about. But I'm just gonna stick with them because it's safer here. Why do that? You know what I mean? Why live that way when you know that what we're saying is true facts? Because all we doing is just reading the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a problem with what we say, then you got a problem with the scriptures. So you lack knowledge and you lack discipline and you lack understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like, why put yourself in a situation where you know that time is so close to keep on trying to feed your ego, to keep on trying to feed your pride? You know what I mean? Why put yourself in that predicament where you have a chance of being judged because of what you're feeling at the moment? Your feelings shouldn't mean nothing at the moment. It doesn't to us. You know what I mean? Our feelings don't mean nothing. We want to do certain things that we can't do. And it doesn't matter what we feel. You know what I mean? We might want to do something and we might desire something, but if it goes against what our job is, which is doing what we do as far as, like, you know what I mean, saving God's chosen people, you know what I mean, getting this message out there, if it goes against our job, then what hey, it doesn't apply. We have to swallow that. We have to knot that up in our throat and swallow it. You know what I'm saying? So why shouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Why shouldn't you take all of those false doctrines, all those things that you learn that make you feel emotionally attached to something and makes you feel a good feeling, swallow that and do away with it. Because at the end of the day, your feelings are not going to matter at the end of the day. Is you can feel like I don't want to die, but at the end of the day, you're going to die because you decided to keep doing wickedness. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure in the time of Noah, those people felt like I don't want to die. But guess what? You know what I mean? What can you do? What are you going to do? You can't do anything. God's judgment already hit you. And there's no turning back from that point. So everything that you feel like, okay, I'm gonna try to, let me just get this last puff in, and tomorrow gonna be my last day. You might not have tomorrow. Christ could probably crack that sky right now if he wanted to, because all of these things check off. You know what I'm saying? All of these prophecies check off already. So that's why you want to take it even more serious, because Christ said that the end time is not going to happen until all of these things be fulfilled. And they have. You know what I'm saying? They have been fulfilled. You have all these people claiming they know Christ and teaching false doctrines. You got all of these people out here, you know what I mean, comfortable in their wickedness, just like the days of Noah. You know what I mean? All these things have already been checked off. Now we just waiting for that time to come. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to happen when you least expect it. So let's keep on getting into it, because it's going to tell you exactly how unexpected it's going to happen. You got to remember. Yeah, you want verse, I think 35? Oh, no, you said, no, I think you're on 36. 38? Come. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, as a time of Noah. Okay. Yeah. Come.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Right. So everybody was just chilling. They were doing their daily routine or their yearly routine. They were having marriages. They were in the cribs hanging out and celebrating and having a good time, and they got caught off guard. And what happened? They died after that. You know what I mean? They died unexpectedly. They didn't know that what was coming. It wasn't until Noah walked into that ark is when shit hit the fan. Salaki. You know what I'm saying? And that's when it was time to go. You know what I'm saying? Now, Salaki, you can keep going.
Verse 39. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right. So you got to think about this. When you get in the shower, Christ could come. You know what I'm saying? When you sit down on the porcelain, Christ could come. When you are warming up your food in the microwave, Christ could come. Any time period that catches you off guard, Christ could come. You have to think of it as that. You know what I mean? And you always have to be ready. You always have to be ready. You know what I mean? You have to make your election sure. You have to be ready. You know what I mean? That's it. Like if you get you're going when Christ comes back, you're going to get caught slacking. For sure, for sure. You know what I mean? You could be, you know what I mean, having some intimate time with your rib. Christ could come. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna before you get to that finishing move, you know what I'm saying? Christ could come. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the way it's gonna go. That's the way it's going to happen. It's going to happen when everyone leaves. You could be asleep, and that's terrifying. You could be asleep.
Well, honestly, I was what a woman would. Honestly, I thought about wanting to see peacefully like that.
That ain't gonna be no peaceful sleep. You're gonna hear them trumpets before you catch that L.
Oh,
You're gonna wake up. You're gonna wake up for sure. But the thing about it is, could you imagine being in a deep sleep, waking up to chaos, and then boom, that's it. That was your time. You know what I'm saying? You didn't expect it. You had plans the next day. You was gonna get your hair done, your nails done. You had all these different things that you had planned up. And at the end of the day, you got caught off guard. And now it's just like, you know what I mean? Your plans meant nothing. Your plans just meant nothing. It could happen at any moment. That's why it's always
I'm talking about when I go to sleep and I see stuff.
like dreaming.
Yeah, and they kill me.
You ain't gonna die from no dream. You can die. You can die.
Shot me in my head and I fell down and bounced back up.
Nah, but I mean, you still here though. Some images pop up in your head where, I mean, you could have watched a movie before you went to sleep, and then
Did it? I don't watch no movies.
I mean, I have plenty of nightmares too for no reason too. Like I'll dream about Chucky, and I ain't seen Chucky since I was little. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's not the dream so much. It's more so just because your dreams are not going to tell you when Christ is coming. Your dreams are not going to tell you that you're going to have to receive some type of judgment. Christ is telling you through the scriptures right now. You know what I'm saying? When this judgment is going to happen and how it's going to happen. So that's why it's always it's mandated that we, I mean, live righteously. Live righteously right now. I mean, in this body and actually really put our foot forward as far as serving Christ, making sure that when he comes, he has some use for us. You know what I'm saying? Like we not just here sitting on our hands and knees, just waiting for him to give us an order. You know what I mean? We actually got some use for him. You know what I mean? That's why the Lord wants our women to be virtuous. You know what I mean? To have some certain skills and stuff like that. The Lord wants us to be soldiers. So when he comes with his army, we able to join foot too and get them heathens out of them caves. You know what I'm saying? So like it, yeah. Ramon, you keep going though. Go ahead, Ramon. You good? Which verse you on? Marshall stepped in there. What's up, man? Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 40. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left.
Right.
Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
All right.
Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household to give them meat in due season?
But Salaki, if I may, real quick, that was heavy as hell because it's just like if you knew the day and time Christ was coming, you would do wickedly until that day. You know what I'm saying? Until that time. You would keep on doing, you know what I mean, just sticking them puffs in real quick until all right. It's the third now. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop. I got a week to get it right. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know. And that's a heavy topic because you don't know. So it's always good to be ready. Now, the reason why you should be ready is like we said. You know what I mean? These prophecies they are not never proven wrong. But these prophecies are showing that all these things that should come to pass when the Lord catch you unexpected are happening or have happened. You know what I'm saying? So it's even more vital for us to be ready. Be ready now. Don't take in one day where you get caught slacking. You're just like, okay, this is the day I'm gonna mess up, but you know what I mean? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it tomorrow. You might not have tomorrow. You know what I mean? You might not have tomorrow. Every day should be a day where you just like, okay, when you get to the next day, you be like, whew, it wasn't yesterday. You know what I'm saying? That's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like take heed to every day because every day could be the last day. You know what I'm saying? That's how you want to live right now because these prophecies are never wrong. They have never wrong. And you know what I mean? Christ is telling you what's happening. But what did it say again? It says something else, Salakia. You on what verse you on? Oh, saying when the two people be taken. So that means that everybody ain't gonna be able to get saved. You know what I'm saying? Some people just it's saying like one out of the two is gonna be taken up. You know what I'm saying? And that's us being lifted up to the chariots. You know what I'm saying? Being taken into salvation from the judgment that is going to land on this place. Because as we know it, America is weak. It is weak. Look at how it reacted to these variants. You know what I mean? They've exposed themselves. They tried to put out that they were the biggest, boldest, and most in check nation that ever existed. And we believed them. And we still believe them to this day. It's still people out here hitting these blunts. But no, you're good. But yeah, no, but that's for real though. And that's good that you didn't believe them because they are showing how weak they are through their reactions of everything that's going on right now. They don't have a solution. It's been what, 2 years now? They don't have a solution to this situation. All they can do is they don't want to shut it back down because it's going to show exactly how weak they are. So they're going to let people be out there, but they just want to find ways of, you know what I mean, the minor population catching, other than the majority of people catching it. You know what I'm saying? But people are dying left and right from it. Nurses are becoming stressed out and quitting. You know what I mean? And doctors are quitting because it's a stressful time, and they're the ones who have the responsibility pushed on them, right? They have the responsibility of America's faults pushed on them. They have to make it right, but they don't know what to do. It's just so many people, it's so many sicknesses, it's so many variants. They're just getting to the point where it's just like, you know what? I'm just done with all this, right? So this is the time period that we're living in. You know what I'm saying? And this is a time period of chaos. This is a time period, and what it was going back to, you know what I mean, one person being saved and the other two, you know what I mean, being left. Like you don't want to be those two. You know what I'm saying? When the ish hits the fans, you do not want to be those two that's left down here, and you see somebody just getting lifted up on a chariot, and you just like, dang, I'm high right now. I might be tripping, but that fool just got lifted up on a chariot just now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be that person because the conclusion that comes to it afterwards, you knowing that dang, I just didn't get it right. I waited too long. I knew what I was supposed to do and I waited too long and I didn't get it right. And it's happening right now. It's happening right now in front of my, I would have never thought in my days of living that I would see something like this, because the Lord's saying like there would not be anything like this that you've ever seen on this earth, and there will be nothing else that'll be on this earth that what happens on that day. You know what I'm saying? That means it's going to be some crazy stuff happening. Some crazy stuff happening. And for people who have to receive judgment because they decided to live wickedly, you know what I mean? And you got to feel for them. Like, it's just like, damn, like you don't have another second. You don't have another minute to get it right. You just looking at everything as it happens. And you just got to accept the fact that, okay, this is it. This is the day where I accept judgment for all the things that I did. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to accept all the judgment of all these trespasses that I committed. You know what I'm saying? And I knew I was supposed to do better. I just chose not to because it was pleasing to me at that time period. It's something that I wanted to do. And that's it. And now it's time for judgment. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going, Mark, because we got a couple more scriptures we got to get through. Which one you on right now?
It's like I was on 44.
44? You ain't got to read that. Matter of fact, therefore be ye also ready. That's 44. Okay, go to 46. Just read 46 real quick.
All right. The book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 46. Blessed is that servant whom Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you that he shall make him ruler of all his goods.
Right. So doing is what we're doing here now. Keep flipping through these pages, learning these scriptures, teaching these scriptures, getting into the body of Christ, which is the ISUPK under Commander General Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the doing. And when you do, you subject yourself from having to deal with the judgment. And not just that, you putting yourself in a position of rulership. You know what I'm saying? The Lord wants to come back and find doers, people that are actually down here doing what they can to get our people out of this hellhole. You know what I'm saying? And how do we do that? We feed them these scriptures that he left for us to give to them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep. They ready. They ready right now. Our oppressors is out here ready to get stuff going right now. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? They ready to get it cracking. Like I follow certain people, and they got like the day doomer prepared guys, and they like the people who stock guns and food and stuff like that. They ready to go for real. But yeah, so the Lord wants to find doers. Let me get verse 48. 48 down to 51, and we good on this one.
Matthew 24 and 48. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
So these people who know the truth and choose not to do it, they choose that I want to party with the big fellas. I want to lay down with the beautiful women. I want to be out here with my homegirls. You know what I'm saying? The people who know the righteous way of living and choose not to follow that way, the Lord is saying, like, you know what I mean, that's the worst of all. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst of all, to know it and not do it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's you face an ultimate judgment after that. You knew of me, you knew what I was about, and you still chose to take me as a joke. You know what I'm saying? the grace period is getting shorter and shorter for those. You know what I'm saying? It's you have to hop on it right now. Every second, every day could be that last. So why not jump into it and jump face first and just say, you know what? Change. Boom. That's it. Today. Whatever it is that you have planned later on that has something to do with some type of wickedness, do away with it. Do away with it and don't look back at it. You know what I'm saying? And live as if every second the Most High can come back. May the holy and immortal most high power of Israel and Yahweh have their vengeance on this earth, and they will, because every prophecy is going to come to pass. So, well, for real, I mean, the Lord's going to have His vengeance. You know what I'm saying? Look at just what we talked about on what happened to that sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a sister to have, if that sister was white, she would not have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? She would, as soon as she said that her pinky finger cracked, her nail cracked, they would have been in that cell so quick to help her out and send her to the nursing office. But because of who she was, they didn't take her serious. They felt like, oh yeah, she's a nuisance. She's just acting. She just wants to get out of her cell, and she wants us to take her to the hospital so she can get out of this prison for a little bit. But it completely ignoring the fact that there's buckets of blood over here that she threw up. You know what I'm saying? Completely ignoring that fact. Completely ignoring the fact that she defecated herself. You know what I'm saying? Multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Completely ignoring that whole cleanup. They still think that she's playing around and she's faking it and she's acting. You know what I'm saying? Like this place is hell, man. And the Most High and Christ are going to get the judgment on this place. Because we not even about to get into what they did to him. You know what I mean? We're not even about to get into what they did to him after all the wonders that he put on this earth and everything he did. You know what I mean? They still try to find any reason to come to kill him. You know what I mean? Come on now. Vengeance is coming. Now, it's up for you to be ready for when that vengeance comes. You know what I'm saying? And it's a blessing to be God's people, because you know that all you have to do is just live the right way and you escaping all that stuff. Everything that you used to be, everything that you used to do, you're gonna escape it, because you decide. I mean, if you're stumbling in your road, you know what I mean? You're gonna fall several times, but as long as you keep on picking yourself back up and getting back on track, you're going to escape what is coming to this place. And what is coming is going to be a sign of wonders. It's something that the world has never seen before. You know what I'm saying? The war is barely starting, so we're not going to be able to see. We haven't seen how bad it can get, but you're going to see how bad it can get. They got a couple of clips out there showing you little bits and pieces and stuff like that, but you're not going to be able to see how bad it's going to get. Because now America's going to stick its nose in people's business. Then China's going to stick its nose in people's business. Then everybody's going to be sticking their nose in people's business to the point where you can't walk outside without hearing gunshots. But Salakia, matter of fact, how did we miss that? Did we miss that when it says that the sun will be covered and the stars will fall in Matthews? Did we miss that, or did we read through that? When in Matthews, when it says that the Salakia, let me see, is it in Matthews where it says that the sun will be covered and be darkness?
No, I didn't read that.
Yeah, I think we missed it. Salakia. The earth will mourn, and then it shall the tribes will mourn. Oh yeah, that's verse 29. Let me get verse 29 real quick.
Okay. Matthew chapter 24, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
Right. So if you're a Christian, you take that literal. You think that the heaven is actually going to fall from the sky, and you think that the moon is actually going to just turn dark and the sky is just gonna. No, this is war right here. You know what I'm saying? This is war. This is a war going on. You know what I'm saying? This is bombs, missiles dropping. The sky is going to be nothing but smoke. You You know what I'm saying? Nothing but smoke from this war. It's gonna be, you gonna smell bullets and smoke and fire. How you know that? Let's go to Joel 2, verse chapter 2. Joel chapter 2 and verse 30. I mean, you can't take that literal thinking that, oh yeah, the sun's going to fall, so it's just going to be dark all over. No, it's going to be dark because of all the smoke of all these bombs falling. You know what I'm saying? Of all these nuclear warheads falling. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's going to be so dark, because you won't even be able to see the sky. You won't be able to see the stars, because it's going to be nothing but smoke. And it says that in Joel 2 and verse 30.
The book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 30.
Now we in the Old Testament.
And I will show wonders into the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire, and pillars of smoke.
Blood and what?
Fire.
Blood and what?
Fire.
And pillars of what?
Smoke.
Go ahead.
The sun shall be turned into darkness.
Uh-oh. Didn't we just read that? Keep going.
And the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Lord come.
So that's smoke. That's fire. That's war. You know what I'm saying? That's shit that's going on right now. So like it. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things is written. You know what I'm saying? It's just up for us to understand. You know what I'm saying? So this war is going to be like a war we never seen before. You know what I'm saying? This war is going to be war. The third woe is going to be a war that we never seen before, because the weapons are so much more advanced than what we were used to looking at back in like the early 90s, and you know what I mean, the 80s and stuff like that. The weapons are way more advanced. They've been waiting to pop these weapons off, but they just like, okay, we know if we set these bombs off, we gonna lose a portion of this earth off. We gonna knock a portion of this planet off itself. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna wait for you to jump first, and then we'll hit you with what we got. So this war is going to be something that we never seen before. The whole sky will be full of smoke. Full of smoke. You won't even be able to see the sun, the stars, the moon. You won't be able to see none of that. The whole sky will be full of smoke. This will be a sight that we have never seen before in our days. You know what I'm saying? So for everybody that's sitting over here thinking that these are just internet entertainment sections, it's not that. These things are happening right now. The war. Go to TikTok. TikTok will show you all the missiles and stuff that's dropping in Ukraine right now. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Instagram. Like, it's the war is happening right now. Once everybody gets involved is once you start to see that this is something that I probably, you ever seen that movie? There's a movie on Netflix. It's called Look Up or something like that. It's with Leonardo DiCaprio. And it's like the movie's based on a meteoroid is coming to destroy Earth. Now, these scientists, they figure out that a meteoroid is not just coming to destroy Earth, but it's going to be here within days. So they go on television shows to warn people. They go to news anchors to warn people, and like everybody's taking it as some type of entertainment because they're just used to, they want the entertainment of it. They're just laughing about it, like, oh, so you telling me that this is coming right now? Oh my gosh, I better go pack my dog or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like no one's taking it serious until it actually happens. You know what I mean? And that movie literally just dropped, I think last month or 2 months ago or something like that. But right. But so the movie is based on people being caught off guard, not taking anything serious within this time period, because we don't take nothing serious right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. That's exactly what's going on right now. People taking life as a joke. You know what I mean? Russia's invading. Oh, okay. Like it's nothing. Oh, another variant drop. You know what I mean? Okay. Like it's all a joke. It's a meme for everything that happens because nobody's really taking anything serious. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing that we're dealing with today. You know what I'm saying? So like I probably got like 2 more verses, I think. We'll do you ain't got the Apocrypha, huh?
Excuse me for not knowing the Hebrew Israelite code into talking. I'm just in the loop.
Let me see. Let me see if I got the Apocrypha on my phone. So I can. Five and seven. Okay, so the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 5 and verse 7. And the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 5 and verse 7 says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. This is exactly what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Make no tarrying to turn. You know what I'm saying? That means don't waste no time at all. That means get into what you need to get into at this moment, right now. You know what I'm saying? Follow the laws, statutes, and commandments right now. If you know that you're doing something that displeases the Lord and you're living wickedly, then you better change right now. Because if you get caught off guard, you won't have a chance to change it again. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing something behind closed doors, just know that the angels is watching you. You know what I'm saying? And you want to change what you're doing right now. Because you might have to deal with something. You know what I'm saying? You might have to deal with the what does it say? It says, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Okay, so you don't want to perish in the day of vengeance. All right, but let's keep going. Salakia. Let's see. I think that's probably it for right now. Let me see. Yeah. We'll stop at that. Salakia, I gotta end it early, but you know what I mean, take every second of every day as a situation where, you know what I mean, you feel like the Most High could return at any moment, right? At any moment, and live that way. You know what I mean? Represent yourself in that way. You know what I'm saying? Live your life in that type of way. You know what I'm saying? So, but Salakia, the water for y'all tuning in. We about to get going. I mean, don't get caught off guard. I mean, live your life, you know what I'm saying, based on the law, statutes, and commandments. But the water for y'all tuning in. Shalom, Yahaba Shem Yashah Brakathum to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar Latham Bashem Yashah to the sisters.